Boxing Ego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. 1. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. 2017 is lit. A lot of great action. Now, for me, growing up as a boxing fan, always being a boxing fan, it was all about the heavyweight division. The heavyweight division held it down for decades, where the most action, the biggest names, the best fights that could be made were in the heavyweight division. So I'm loving the recent, maybe last 2-3 years, the emergence of the heavyweight division coming back. They used to make video games based on the heavyweight stars. If you guys remember Sega, Evander, Real Deal Holyfield, classic game. Obviously Nintendo's Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, one of my favorite all-time games. And that's because that's where it was at. You know what I mean? You had the Larry Holmes, George Foreman, Ernie Shavers, Muhammad Ali, Razor Ruddock. Evander Holyfield moved up from cruiserweight. Lennox Lewis, David Tua, Tommy Morrison had a little stint and a run, right? Ray Mercer, just a lot of classic names and a lot of memorable fights. And it's good to see big heavyweight action. There's a lot of ways you can mix and match these guys nowadays. After Lennox Lewis retired, I'm going to keep saying this because it's how I feel, it was very stale. And it looked like the guys to beat and the only guys that were posing any threats to anybody and the dudes were Vitaly and Wladimir Klitschko. And to me, that got kind of boring, you know what I mean? Because it's like it was the Klitschkos or bust, and they wouldn't fight each other. I mean, rightfully, they're brothers. Of course, they're not going to fight each other, just like the Charlo brothers aren't going to fight each other, etc. So it wasn't, you know what I mean, seeing the guys David Hayes and the guys like Tony Thompson step up and Chris Arreola, and they all came up short. You know what I'm saying? So after the Klitschko's rule, you started seeing more players. Now you got, you know what I mean, Tyson Fury beat a Klitschko. You have Joseph Parker, who's a newfound champion. You still got guys that are game. Like, you put Andy Ruiz Jr. in there with really anybody, and it should be a good fight. He wasn't, even though he fought and lost to Joseph Parker, it was not by a wide margin. It's not like he was getting shut out or he got his ass beat. You know what I'm saying? Some people even had him winning versus Joseph Parker. So you got guys like Gerald Washington. He came up short versus Deontay Wilder, but he was really winning in my book before the stoppage. And you know what I mean? It's heavyweight division. One punch can change everything. I would love to see Gerald Washington versus Andy Ruiz, or Dominic Brazil versus any of those guys. You know what I mean? Cannon Briggs. There's just so many ways you can mix and match. Now, the biggest heavyweight fight so far on the books is Anthony Joshua versus Wladimir Klitschko, April 29th. They sold out the Wembley. They're configuring it to like 90,000. You guys seen the clip at the beginning. Anthony Joshua, he's doing his random blood and urine drug testing. And I love to see this, man. I mean, it's a big, massive fight. It's going to be a packed house, crazy energy. The UK fans have been holding it down, and British boxing has been holding it down the last couple of years. Loyal fans. We just seen an upset yesterday with Tony Bellew versus David Haye. That kind of, I mean, I'm a boxing fan, and I told you guys this so many times on my channel. I love a good underdog story. I really do. Like, not just because of some Rocky movies, but that's just who I am. I like to see the guys come up that, you know what I mean, no one expected them to be there, you know what I mean, and they still emerge victorious. Even like an Andre Ward. People didn't think he was going to win the Super 6. So I love seeing that underdog story where people, like, and that's part of my affinity and what I love about boxing, is because it's the theater of the unknown, expect the unexpected. And a lot of people counted Tony Bellew out. I mean, I didn't do a prediction video, but I thought Hayes' size would probably be too big. I didn't really see many people picking Bellew by stoppage. And I mean, whether it was an injury or not, seeing this was the thing. People, I give credit to David Haye. He showed massive heart. You know what I mean? Before, people question his heart because of like the pinky toe, and he put up a bust performance versus Klitschko. But I mean, this dude had a ruptured Achilles, and I know firsthand, not from me, but my pops had he had a torn Achilles, and the shit was no joke. You can't put no weight on it, and you seen Hay out there trying. So I definitely think he should be respected for that. Obviously the tensions run high before the fight. He talked a lot of shit, but I mean, the man was in there. See, this is the thing. That's why I don't like talking boxing with a lot of people, because the internet just gives everyone a voice, and people are too radical they're like, oh, Hay's a bitch, and like anyone could do that. You know what I mean? Let's see you when you're fatigued. You got another dude trying to kill you and take your head off, and you can't walk. You got one leg. Let's see you fight. You know what I mean? Some people can't even get smashed and drunk and then make it to work the next day. You know what I mean? Because they only got 4 hours of sleep. So let's see you fight somebody who's trying to knock you out and upset you when you're wounded, you got one leg, and you know what I'm saying? And you're tired and your adrenaline's going crazy, and there's 60, 50,000 screaming fans who, you know what I mean, some want to see you win, some want to see you lose. That's a lot of pressure. You know what I mean? You got to give it up to these guys who lace them up. But as far as Joshua Klitschko, man, it's a good fight. Bellew's talking about, he called out Deontay Wilder. Me, honestly, as much as I like a good underdog story, I think Bellew got to chill. He's a champion at cruiserweight. I like Bellew. I like his attitude. I even liked his character in Creed. And to be honest, I didn't know how he would be as the movie's antagonist. I was like, you know what I mean? Like, Bellew, what is he going to do? But I thought he did really good in the movie. And I like the movie Creed in general. So, that being said, I think he got to chill. I don't think heavyweight's for him. His shape, he didn't look like he was in diesel or phenomenal shape. It looked like he kind of just chilled on the dieting, and you know what I mean, he looked kind of soft. But I mean, he did enough to get it in and pause with David Hay and beat him. But there comes a barrier, you know what I mean? There comes a line where you have to draw a line in the sand. Because you did that to David Hay, someone who you're a little bit slightly taller than, and who's 36, and whose career has been inactive and plagued with injuries, that's great. But I really don't think Bellew is a true heavyweight, not at the moment at least. You know what I mean? Even though he has the frame where he can move up, and you know what I mean, he obviously has a chin because he took David Hay's best shots even when David Hay had both feet. But there's a barrier. You know what I mean? I met Wilder, and the motherfucker is big. He's a big dude, 6'7". So now you're giving up height, and he's coming off an injury, but his injury doesn't seem like he's not been inactive as much as David Hay. You know what I mean? David Hay was retired for 3 years. So I think Bellew should drop back down to cruiserweight. You got Andrew Tabiti, you got Usyk, you got a lot more action, and you know what I mean? Just overall more winnable, good fights for him down there. But Joshua Klitschko, the title of this video, I know I'm just talking about the heavyweight division as a whole, so hopefully you guys like it. But I'm looking forward to it. Joshua, I'll probably do a 7 reasons. I'm picking Joshua, I believe. I don't think you could sleep on Klitschko. Like the 7 reasons. It's funny, some people get so happy to see me get a prediction wrong. Like, I don't know if you guys realize this, but I get paid regardless if I'm right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I don't have a problem being wrong, because like what I say, even if it doesn't come true, a lot of times it's more accurate than some of the shit y'all say. Y'all was talking about Keith Thurman was going to knock Garcia out in the first 2 rounds. And I said Danny Garcia is going to win a 50-50 fight via unanimous decision. So whose prediction was more off? The people who said Garcia was getting knocked out even though he never even got knocked down, or me saying Garcia is going to win a tough 50-50 fight via decision, and it was a split decision the other way. You know what I'm saying? But either way, I'm picking Anthony Joshua. I'll probably try to compose that video if you guys want to see it, the 7 reasons, let you know why I'm picking Joshua. And there's a couple of factors, but this is another, it's like a Garcia Thurman type of fight where I can see Klitschko winning. I'm not picking him because this is the thing, for the sake of a prediction, it's 2 people in there and you got to take a stand. I'm not trying to hedge my bet, and a lot of 50-50 fights, I can really make a case why Keith Thurman would win and why Garcia would win, but I had to make a pick. Same thing with Joshua Klitschko. I could make a solid prediction on why Klitschko would win. Like, I could do to me, I don't know, you guys let me know, but I thought that was kind of cheesy to pick both and do a 7 reasons Joshua will win and 7 reasons Klitschko will win. You know what I mean? But if that's what you guys want to see in some of these tough fights, I mean, I could do that. Just takes a little bit more time. I just got another video to do. But I'm picking Joshua. There's some reasons and variables why, and I'll explain that in my 7 reasons video. However, a lot of it is going to be dependent on Joshua's game planning, and I do think Klitschko definitely has a shot. He has veteran experience. He's coming off of a loss, so I know he's not. If he loses this, then he's not. People aren't going to look at him as the same dominant Klitschko. I mean, there's 2 back-to-back losses. Plus, Joshua has all knockouts, so if he does win, it seems like it would be leaning towards a knockout. You know what I mean? But there's some questions about Joshua. I've seen him hurt before. I heard he got knocked out in the amateurs, knocked down and stuff. So, you know what I mean? David Price said he knocked him out in sparring. So, I mean, some people, I think people overstate the heavyweight chin. Real shit. Like, people are like, oh, he doesn't have a chin. I don't really think there is such a thing as having a chin in the heavyweight division as much, because at the end of the day, if someone's 255 plus and they crack you right, then it's probably going to hurt no matter who. Now, yeah, there's obviously Wilders and Joshua's and guys who have more, David Tua, you know what I mean, definitive power that's above average power. But I think if the right man, you know what I mean, you get in there with Eric Molina and he just decks you, you know what I mean, it's probably going to hurt. If Andy Ruiz, all these guys, you know what I mean? So there's levels to power, but at the same time, most of these guys have it at that weight and that, you know what I mean? Cannon Briggs has more first round knockouts than anyone in heavyweight history. And he has a lot of fights. So, you know what I mean? Power, there's a lot of guys with power. So, I mean, let's say Cannon Briggs fought a top level guy right now. I mean, he has a chance just because he has that threatening power. So he's going to be super dangerous. And he's a big dude in shape. He's going to be more knockouts than anyone in heavyweight history. He's going to be a big threat to anybody early, especially. You know what I mean? Because if you get clocked by Shannon Briggs, he don't have walk through this power. You know what I'm saying? You ain't just gonna walk through it. You gonna try to walk through it and let's go, champ. Oh fuck, you know what I mean? And you're gonna get blasted out of this world. But there are some things Joshua has to do. He has to definitely have the stamina behind him. Sometimes I've seen him look a bit mechanical, a bit robotic. Sometimes I've questioned his stamina. Obviously Klitschko can hurt you. They're about equal in size and mass and stuff. So it's a good fight. I'm looking forward to it. Let me know what you guys think. But I love that they're doing it on an even playing field. They're doing the drug testing. This is for the WBA, IBF, and IBO belt. So there's going to be 3 belts on the line for the winner. And as much as I want to see this fight, I know Klitschko, his style is not as friendly to the eye as some people. So I just like the implications for the winner, because I mean, no matter who wins, there's other big fights out there. Luis King Kong Ortiz, he's about due for a big shot. Deontay Wilder, he's knocking everybody out except for Stavern. So imagine if Joshua wins and then they make a Wilder fight, or Joshua's mandatory, to my knowledge, is still Joseph Parker, who now has another belt. So that'll be a mandatory / unification type of deal. You know what I mean? I want to see Deontay Wilder, Parker, all these different mix and match. King Kong Ortiz versus anybody is a tough fight. You have Brian Jennings and Dillian White, who are talking shit to each other, or he can't fuck with me and all this. I hear about it. Even if I don't make video, I'll be hearing about this stuff. But the heavyweight division is lit. It's on and popping. They're doing the drug testing for Joshua Klitschko. I will be coming with the 7 reasons. I just got to make the time. This, you know what I mean? I'm one person, so I try to get to everything. Let me know what you guys think of Anthony Joshua and the heavyweight division, Joshua Klitschko. Who wins that fight? Drop it in the comment section. Make sure you share the video, like the video as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button. And you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.